We are going to skip to lesson 7.4 and talk about how we can identify prime and composite numbers. This is going to be easy for you because of all the time we spend doing this during calendar. Let's look at the problem. The data table lists the factors for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What do you notice about the factors for 5? And what do you notice about the factors for 6? Let's look at the factors. So for the factors of 5, we only have 1 and 5. Also, for the factors of 3, we have 1 and 3. And for 2, we have 1 and 2. A number that has exactly 2 factors is called a prime number. If we look at 4, the factors are 1, 2, and 4. Because we can multiply 1 times 4 to get 4 and 2 times 2. And the factors for 6, we have 1, 2, 3, and 6 because we can multiply 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. Since both of those numbers have more than 2 factors, they are composite numbers. This shows you prime numbers. They only have 2 factors, one in itself. And composite numbers. 6 is a composite number because there are more than 2 factors. Let's look at the convince me. It says, can a number be both prime and composite? Explain. Well, the answer is no. A number cannot be both prime and composite because either a number has exactly 2 factors or it has more than 2 factors. If it has exactly 2 factors, it is prime, and if it has more than 2 factors, then it is composite. Please make sure that you write down this sentence. A number can either have exactly 2 factors, which is a prime number, or more than 2 factors, which is a composite number. It cannot be both. Let's do the guided practice together. Number 1, what is the only even prime number? Well, the only even prime number is the number 2 because the only factors of 2 are 1 and 2. All other even numbers will have a factor of 2. Number 2, write an odd number that is not prime. What makes it a composite number? There are many odd numbers that are not prime, but one that is coming to my mind is the number 9. And 9 is not a prime number because the factors for 9 are 1 times 9, 3 times 3, and that's it, or 9 times 1. So there is more than 2 factors, therefore it is composite. Another odd number that is not prime would be 15. Since it ends in a 5, we know that 5 would be a factor. There are many more odd numbers that are not prime. Number 3. Roger has 47 cars. Can he group the cars in more than 2 ways? Let's go through our divisibility rules to see if there are any other factors besides 1 and 47, because we know he can at least group them in one group of 47 or 47 groups of 1. So let's go through our factors. It's not even, so we cannot use 2 as a factor. For 3, if we add up the digits, 4 plus 7 is 11, and 3 times nothing is 11, so 3 is not a factor. The number is not even, so 4 would not be a factor. It does not end in a 0 or 5, so 5 would not be a factor. 6 would not work because it does not work for 2 and 3. It's not even, and we can't add the digits to make it a multiple of 3. 7 times nothing is 47. 7 times 7 is 49, though. 8 does not work because it's not even. 9 will not work because 9 times nothing is 47. So, no, she can only group her cars in 2 ways because 47 is a prime number. You can try doing numbers 4 through 9 on your own, or if you are not ready, you can follow along and do them with me. If you do them on your own, please make sure you check your answers. Number 4 through 9. We need to tell whether each number is prime or composite. You don't have to list the factors, you just need to tell. Well, let's start with 32. Since 32 is even, this is definitely a composite number. I'm just going to use a C. Number 5, 51. That's one we need to think about. We did use this one yesterday. It's not going to be divisible by 2 because it's not even. But if we add the digits, 5 plus 1 equals 6. And 3 times something can be 6. Therefore, 3 will be a factor, which makes this a composite number. Number 6, 17. Well, it's not even, so 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0 will not go into it. 1 plus 7 is 8, and 3 times nothing is 8, so 3 does not work. It does not end in a 0 or 5, so 5 does not work. And 7 times nothing is 17, and 8 times nothing is 17. Therefore, 17 would be a prime number. 21. Well, I know that 7 times 3 is 21, so this one would be composite. 95. It ends in a 5, so 5 will be a factor. This number is composite. And number 29. Well, I know that 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0 will not work. 2 plus 9 is 11, so 3 will not work. It does not end in a 0 or 5. 7 times nothing is 29, and 8 times nothing is 29. Therefore, this number is prime. Please make sure that you are using your divisibility rules that we did yesterday to help you figure out if a number is prime or composite. Do numbers 10 through 19. You do not need to list the factors, you just need to write down whether the number is prime or composite. And then please do all of the problems on page 390. When you are done, find a partner who is done to check your work. Then come show me.